Hello everyone. So once again, if you're new tuning in, just introduce myself really quick. My name is Miss Kim McLeod of the big state of Virginia of the USA. Thank you once again for tuning in, because I know there's so many more other things that you could be doing with your time. There's so many other people you could be listening to and watching. We just live in a world where we just have everything at the tip of our hands, literally. And there's so many things that are distracting us. There's so many things that we could be involved in. There's so many things that we could be learning. But you have chosen to take these next few moments and spend them with me. And I definitely appreciate it so much. And I'm going to do my best to share some value, something that you could gain, something that can encourage you, inspire you, or you could use to help someone else that you are trying to help. So I just did part 1. So if you did not listen to part 1, I encourage you to listen to part 1 of today. For my own documentation, it is 8:46 p.m. on June 12, 2018. Today's topic is how to focus on the right things as a single. Part 1, I shared some housekeeping things, and I think I may have got a little off topic, but there is still some value in that. You just have to follow me. You just have to follow me, because my mind runs really, really fast, and I'm doing my very best to slow down and just not me. It's just I'm having a difficult time with just slowing down my thoughts, because my mind is just moving, and I'm just trying to rapidly give you all this information as soon as possible. And I have to remind myself, this isn't a race. I guess it's just a competitive side in me. I don't know. But today's topic is how to focus on the right things as a single. So feel free to go to part 1. This is part 2. But make sure you listen to part 1, because part 1 I talk about working helps a lot with me, with helping me to focus on the right things without constantly focusing on getting to a relationship and things of that nature. So part 2 is what helps me to stay focused on the right things as a single. I can only speak for myself, because I live with myself. I deal with myself every day. So hopefully I know myself by now. Hopefully. It's been 30 years, Kim. I hope you know yourself a little bit. So, outside of work, what else? Practical things that also helps me to stay focused. Another thing that helps me to stay focused in the natural is education. Education. Education will help you to stay focused. I was speaking to an old friend this past week, and we was talking about, what was our ticket and us being where we are today. Like, how was it possible for us to be successful today? Even with the backgrounds that we had, and even with some of the struggles and stumbling blocks we may have had, how did we overcome that? And of course, you all know I'm a Christian. I'm apostolic, Pentecostal. So really, my whole life is centered around the Lord, of course. He's in the center of everything, every aspect of my life. So of course, number 1 is the Lord, of course. But also taking into that, what are some natural things that the Lord, blessed me with to help me to be where I'm at today, to help me to stay focused and do my best to keep a good mind on my shoulders. It's not easy, guys. It's not easy. My brothers and sisters, I would be foolish to sit here and tell you this journey, being a single, being independent, just being a female, being a Christian, trying to work. It's not easy, but it's possible. It's very, very possible. And there's people that I have attempted to mentor and help and encourage and inspire. They always tell me, Kim, you make it look so easy. And all I can say to that is it's the Lord that's making it look easy, because I never intended for it to look easy. I just, once I'm giving a goal and giving a mission, I just try to accomplish it as soon as possible and just do what I gotta do. Of course, I've had my mistakes and whatever, but education, what I told this old friend this past week was, I believe, and I've told a couple people this, but it is reminding me of a conversation this past week, that education was my ticket to get to where I'm at today. Education helped me not to focus so much on relationships. It helped me not to focus so on engagement and marriage, because when I was in high school and even middle school, like, I didn't have my first boyfriend until I was 17 years old. I was in my senior year of high school. So, and even my senior year was such a breeze. Like, if I could go back in time, there's so many things I could have did differently my junior and senior year of high school. Like, junior and senior year of high school was so crazy easy, because senior year, I had a lot of time on my hands. And I think that's probably a reason why I ended up getting into a relationship, because I had late arrival and I had early release. So I was barely at school. I was at school for like 2 or 3 hours sometimes, like barely at school. And then I would work. Also, I would work like between part-time, full-time hours. It just depended. But I worked anywhere between like 20 or 40 hours as well my senior year of high school. And also I was still in church. So I still did well in school, and I knew that eventually I would be going to college. But I decided to try getting in a relationship. And I feel like the only reason why I ended up getting into that relationship when I was 17 years old was because most of my friends were in a relationship. When I come to think about, when I sit here and think about that, this is why it's so essential for us to know who we are around and who our friends are, because we do tend to do the same things that our friends are doing, more than likely. And I'm not saying that's the only reason why I got into the relationship, of course. But, of course, I've always had a thought, was like, oh, I just want to have a boyfriend or whatever. And, I see my other friends in relationships or whatever. So I'm like, okay, let's try it out. But it didn't last very long. It didn't last very long. And some of the reasons why it didn't last very long, it was a lot of reasons. So there's no really one-cut reason why. But one thing I did notice, that we was not on the same wavelength. We was not on the same path. Definitely was not on the same path with education, because I don't even believe that he really cared too much about pursuing more education after high school. And so that was kind of like a deal breaker for me. There was many other things that was deal breakers for me, but I did notice that, okay, I want someone that had, not saying that you have to go to college to be with me, but they got to be some sense of, I like how my friend Deanna said it last night, was like a sense of ambition, a sense of wanting to grow yourself, a sense to want to educate yourself. What books are you reading on a daily basis? Are you listening to podcasts? Are you listening to encouraging YouTube videos? What are you doing with your mind? What are you doing to build yourself up and build your talents and your giftings and your skills, things of that nature? So I was like, okay, whatever, done with the relationship. And then I went on to college, of course. Got involved there, but won't go in detail with that, because that's a whole nother video for a whole nother season. But what did help me, I guess this is probably more so for my high schoolers and for my early 20s, 20 people. Not saying my 30s and 40s cannot take nothing from this, but I will say what will help you to stay focused as a single is to focus on your education. I know that sounds so old school, but growing up, I did used to hear that. Keep your heads in the books. Kiss and get you pregnant. Like that is a lot of what I heard growing up. Keep your heads in the books and kiss and get you pregnant. So, and that's what I did. I kept my heads in the books. And I did. I was always reading. I remember from 5th grade, and I actually always liked the library, but I remember 5th grade and middle school, I was always at the library. I was always checking out books. Like, I remember reading, finishing up books 1 or 2 days. It took me 1 or 2 days to finish books. And then, of course, throughout the years, I slowed down with the time of me reading. But as of right now, I'm still reading books. Like right now, I'm reading How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I don't have the book in front of me right now. I'm not going to go run and get it, but I'll show you on another video. If you check me out on Instagram at Kim Marie, I actually have a picture of that. So go to my Instagram and you'll see the picture of that. But that was my ticket on staying focused, was education. And plus, I did notice, I think I shared this in another video, a lot of my friends, my inner circle of friends that I went to high school with, we all took our studies seriously. We did. We studied. We did well on our testings. We did well on our writings. We read. We all, pretty much all the people I remember hanging out with in high school, I think all of us or most of us went to college. And so that worked out great. And that's why I say you got to be careful too on who you're hanging out with. So I guess I could add that into this too, on helping you stay focused as a single. It's so imperative and essential for you to be around the right type of friends, because your friends will lead you to your future. And I just thought about that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, Kim. Your friends will lead you to your future. So who your friends are today, you are looking at your future. I need to write that down. Your friends will lead you to your future. That's pretty cool, because it's really true when I think about it now. One of my really dear friends, she is one of my sisters. I have a few friends that are literally one of my sisters. Her name is Doreen, and she actually did a video with me that I want you all to check out early on back in March. She did a video with me. But I have known her since the 6th grade. I have literally known her since the 6th grade. And we clicked instantly. We had an instant, well, for me, and it's funny because when I met her, I never thought that we would still be friends today. When I think about that today, when I think about when I first met her, and I'm trying to get emotional. I'm not trying to get emotional. Oh my goodness. When I think about it, because I felt so, to be honest with you, when I went to 6th grade, I felt so displaced because I was very mature. I had to grow up quicker than a lot of my peers. And I don't know if some of my peers knew that, but I matured a different way. Even though everybody had their own lives, I know people was involved with stuff that I was like, what are y'all doing? Y'all not grown. But I was mature on a different wavelength. I had more of an old spirit. I was very old fashioned with a lot of things. And so when I went to 6th grade, I felt very displaced. And Doreen, as well as some other people, made me feel very comfortable and made me feel like I could be myself. And when I think about it now, after we've known each other, it's been 11 years, it's 21 years? Wow. I'm trying to think. It's been almost 20 years. It's been about 20 years. That's so amazing to me that I can legit say that I have a friend that I've known for 20 years. But what I'm trying to say with that is that we accomplished so much of the same things when I think about it. Like, she ended up going to school. She ended up getting her bachelor's. She ended up going to school for her master's in social work. And she is currently LCSW. She is a licensed clinical social worker. And she has a really great job in Northern Virginia working in the hospital. And she's taking care of business. I mean, she's doing it, like, living great, like, for real. She's tackling, you know, the things that, like, she's a go-getter. She's one of those that wake up early in the morning, she goes, works out, she eats well, she takes care of her body, her mind. She's all about the holistic approach. She's, like, taking care of, challenging me to pay off my debt. I mean, really, really great friend. And I think about that because I look at myself and I'm like, she has been in my inner circle since the 6th grade. But look at me. I went to school, get my bachelor's. I went to school for my master's. I didn't go the social work route, but I am doing social work type work, if I could say that. I am a resident in counseling, meaning that I'm in supervision for my LPC. I'm in supervision for licensed professional counseling for the state of Virginia. So our fields are very close together, and we have some of lot of the same views and perspectives and things of that nature. And it's funny because what I said, your friends will lead you to your future, and it's so funny because that's literally what happened to us. So I'm glad. I'm thankful that God had allowed me to be around people that focus more on education, and those that did not take the college route. There are friends that I know that they took the vocational route and they got a skill in something and they're doing well with that. And that's one thing I do regret, is not also developing a skill before I went to college. So young people, those that are listening that are in high school, those of you that are in your early 20s, or, you could be older and you may be at like a dead-end job and you don't really know what you need to do, and you feel like your mind is just going by, and you're looking at all your friends, and a lot of your friends may be married and have children, and you're waiting on that, you're focusing on that. If I could just encourage you to take your focus off of that and put your focus into you building yourself up, building your mind, building up your spirituality, building up your building yourself from your becoming emotionally healthy, building your physical health. If I can encourage you to take the route of education, just start out slow. Start out slow with going to your local community college. I'm not telling you to go out and waste a whole bunch of money out in debt, but go to a tech school and gain some type of trade or skill. I'm telling you, that's going to help you to get your mind focused on the right things, because now if you're taking, like, even if you just start off with one class, but you're taking 1 or 2 classes starting off, guess what now? You're focusing on your books. You're focusing on reading those chapters. You're focusing on taking those quizzes. You're focused on taking those tests. That is what you're focusing on. And then you start thinking about yourself. You start thinking about, okay, what field do I want to get into? What do I want to really do with my life? You start thinking about, okay, what is the best type of salary that would benefit me? So that your education will help you to get your mind focused on the right things. So I want to encourage you all with that. I'm about 19 minutes in. I know these are very long videos, but this is me, guys. This is me. So, and as you can see, those are some of my degrees behind. I'll show you those one day. Maybe, I think I have. I may have already showed you all that, but that's what I've learned. That's what I've learned. Education, because after I get off of here, I'm going to be focusing on I'm gonna start studying for my licensure test, because I have to take a test when I finish up my hours with my supervision. So after I finish up with my hours, I have to take a test. So I actually need to study some tonight for that test that's coming up like next year sometime. So they give you plenty of time to study. It's just a matter of you have to discipline yourself to do it on your own time. But so that's my focus right now. If I could be transparent with you all right now, a huge chunk of my focus right now in my life is getting my LPC for the state of Virginia. And I'm about halfway through, and as of right now, I feel like I'm behind on my direct hours, which I don't understand how I'm behind on my client direct hours. But y'all pray for me as I pray for you all. My general hours are great. I'm right on track with my general hours. It's my direct contact hours that is kicking me right now. It's hurting me right now. But that's my focus on, because I know ultimately whatever happens, I have to get my license. I have to get my license because, once I get my license, someone told me no one can take that away from me. And so, yes, don't mind eventually getting a relationship, getting married, all that type of stuff. But, when that happens, whoever I'm supposed to be talking to, they got to be in full support of me getting this license if I do not already have it. So that will help you. Focusing on your education, focusing on your skill and your trade, it definitely will help you. So if right now you feel like you're in a dead-end job, you're not working, you're not in school, I encourage you to change that starting tonight. Change that tomorrow. Start with going to the library. If you don't have books already on you that will help you, go to the library, check out a really good book. I have plenty of books that I could actually recommend to you to read if you want to. Just let me know, comment, connect with me on social media, and I will do that for you. So 22 minutes in, I want to thank you once again for checking this video out. Make sure you subscribe if you are a new viewer. If you are a viewer that have not subscribed, and this is the thing I don't understand too, a lot of y'all are viewing. I'm telling you, I'm at about 1,000 views right now. I'm at about 1,000 views, but I only have 56 people subscribed. And I know a lot of you are watching. A lot of you are watching, but you're not subscribing, which I don't understand why you're not subscribing. And also, I want to share this too. You all, I got a hater. One of y'all out here, y'all hating. One of y'all out here is a hater, because I just checked, before I did this video, I checked my analytics, and I noticed that someone disliked my video from yesterday when I was talking about why I feel like I'm a liability when it comes to relationships. Someone disliked it and had a nerve not to comment and not to show yourself. So, you troll, you hater, you need to reveal yourself, okay? Just don't be putting no dislike on my video and not telling me what was it that you disliked? What was it that offended you? Like, we could talk about this. We could talk about this. Message me. Talk to me face to face. Like, I can't believe it. The first hater. I was like, what? I knew the day was coming. And even when I made the video yesterday, I was like, I knew someone's not gonna like this. But like I said, it's more than just facts. It's personal experience. It's my perspective. It's what I've lived. It's what I'm living. I'm not here to prove nothing to you. I'm just here to share my story and to help other people and encourage other people that's in the same situation that I'm in. I understand that we all do not live the same lives. We all live different lives, but some of our lives are similar than others. So I just want to thank you to all my true followers out here. I thank you for all your love and your support. Please continue to subscribe, share, comment, and like. And also, please comment and tell me things that you would like to hear from me. Submit questions through here, YouTube, Messenger, Instagram, Facebook. Let me know what you want me to talk about. Like I said, I'm just running with this whole singleness journey because obviously it's a huge need and a lot of you all really want to hear this. Also, check out the singles events that's coming up in August. I'll put that in the description as well. So I'm 25 minutes in, guys. You all have a great day and week, and then I'll be tuning in later.